Hello, good evening. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we are hear you.
Okay, good. Isra is coming late. She just messaged me, guys. You want me to start? We will start. Then when she come, we will just make a revision for her. Okay? Deal? Mm, Okay, then guys, I wanted to make the video last, but I will open the video for you now since no one feel or can talk. I can hear Tamanni busy with her niece. So I will just open the video till everyone join. Okay, just listen to the video and then we'll discuss. Just a moment, I
Okay.
will share. Thank you.
How did I just do on mine? Good? Well, you're still here, so good enough.
Can you hear? Tamanni, you are the only one here. Can you hear?
First impressions are everything. The science proves it. You only get one chance to
Yes,
make a
I can
good
hear.
first impression, so you have to make it count. In this video, I want to teach you the science-backed strategies to making an incredible, lasting, captivating first impression. How did I just do on mine? Good? Well, you're still here, so good enough. Let's dive in. Whether you're at a networking event, pitching your boss, or schmoozing at a party, you have to nail those first few seconds of an interaction. No matter how many great conversation starters you ask or funny stories you tell, if you don't have a good first impression, nothing else matters. Here are my steps to nail it every time. Step number 1, thin slicing. Studies have found that we not only decide if we like someone in the first few seconds, but also that that first impression stays with us. Princeton University psychologist Alex Todorov had people look at a microsecond of a video of a political candidate. Amazingly, research subjects could predict with 70% accuracy who would win the election just from that microsecond of tape. This tells us that people can make incredibly accurate snap judgments in a tenth of a second. It might also imply that voters make their voting decisions from a good first impression alone. Making a good first impression is incredibly important for you because you only get one shot at it. I know this sounds harsh, but as humans, we are conditioned to judge people within the first second of meeting them, and our opinion doesn't change. This is called thin slicing. Thin slicing is when we take a mental snapshot of someone and guess their competence, confidence, and likability in less than a second. Researchers think this is a survival mechanism that we've developed to decide very quickly if someone is friend or foe. Do you want to make an impression that people won't soon forget? Watch on. Step number 2, self-evaluation. Let's be totally honest right now. When people first meet you, what do you think they think of you? In other words, how do you think you come across? Choose one word from this list of adjectives or pick your own to fill in the blank. When people first meet me, they think I'm charismatic or boring, outgoing or shy, kind or judgmental, intelligent or weird, open or closed, powerful or weak, engaging or odd, professional or casual. Did you pick a positive word or a negative word? You have to know where you stand now to move to where you want to be. Step number 3, ideal firsts. How can you ensure people are judging you accurately and also seeing your best side? You never want to give people an inauthentic impression. Many people can intuitively feel if someone's being fake. However, anytime you meet someone for the first time, you always want to start on the right foot. The most important thing to do for giving a good impression is to set your intention. This is especially important before any kind of big event where you would be meeting a lot of people, like conferences, networking events, or parties. As you get ready or when you're driving over, think about what kind of people you want to meet and what kind of interactions you want to have. This can be an incredibly grounding experience and works very well to focus on what kind of energy you want to have for your event. Right now, pick your ideal first impression word. Fill in the blank. When people first meet me, I want them to see me as... Step number 4, perfect your handshake. A handshake, which occurs at the beginning of almost every business transaction or meeting, tells you more than you realize. Research has found that people can judge your personality from your handshake alone. What does yours say? Be sure to get it right with our steps. A handshake is the first nonverbal touch point you have with someone. When talking about first impressions, we have to focus on the nonverbal. Why? Our nonverbal signals are 12 to 13 times more influential than accompanying words. Our goal is that your nonverbal shows whomever you're interacting with that you're calm, confident, and powerful. How do you do this? With a launch stance. Step number 5, stand in a launch position. Your stance is actually more important than your posture. We talk a lot about posture growing up, but nonverbal power is about more than just that. I call it your launch stance. Your launch stance has these focal points. First, your toes, which should always be pointed towards the person you're meeting. Your hands, which should always be visible and ideally a bit expressive as you speak. Your arms should always be loose so there's space between your torso and arms so you can gesture and easily reach out to shake someone's hand. Your shoulders, which should be down and back so they look nice and relaxed. They should also be angled towards the person you're interacting with. Your chin, which should be neutral so you're not looking up at someone or sneering down at someone. Your toes, hands, arms, shoulders, and chin probably were not the body parts you were thinking of during a first impression, but they should be. These are also what you want to focus on while taking the perfect selfie. Step number 6, avoid bad days. Believe me, I want you to socialize, but I also want you to do it on your time. People who go to cocktail events or mixers after having a bad day typically continue to have a bad day. If you're in a depressed or anxious mood, others will pick up on this from your facial expressions, comments, and body language. So here's my plea for you. If you're having a bad day, stay home. There's almost no way to make a good first impression if you're having a bad day. If you have to go to an event, find a way to snap yourself out of your bad mood. I find working out, calling a friend, or watching funny or inspiring YouTube videos before events often gets me in a more social, feel-good mood. Step number 7, think about your ornaments. Clothes, makeup, jewelry, watches, and shoes are all types of ornamentation, and people definitely take these into account when making initial judgments. I highly recommend getting some of your favorite outfits or ornaments together and asking friends you trust what they think of when they see you. For many men, they don't realize that their watch can say a lot about them. For women, purses and large earrings or jewelry can also have unintended meaning to a new person they're meeting. I have my 10 favorite clothing hacks you can learn as well. Make sure that you know what you're wearing and how you do your hair or makeup says what you want it to say. Even colors tend to have different meanings. Step number 8, point your toes towards the person you're meeting. If your toes are pointed towards someone, it means that you're interested in hearing what he or she has to say. During a networking or business situation, whether you're sitting or standing, you should make sure your toes are pointed in the direction of the person or people you're speaking to. Be sure to do this when you give them your business card. It's the ultimate sign of nonverbal respect. What comes after a captivating first impression? Don't be boring. I want you to have stimulating, eye-opening, and freaking fascinating first impressions and conversations. For what comes after your first impression, be sure to check out my best-selling book, Captivate: The Science of Succeeding with People. Apple chose it as one of the most anticipated books of the year, and I hope you will love it. Thanks for watching. Now go make those great first impressions. Hey, I want to tell you one more thing. You are amazing. The question is, do you know how to share it? I'd love to help.
Yalla guys, did you like the video? Did you understand? Video is over, guys. Any question? Do you like it? No?
The video, it was really nice. And the language is clear and you can understand it all.
Okay, that's good. Good. And what about you, Khalid? Did you like the video? Because I see that you came late a little.
Yeah, this video is very nice.
Good. So, guys, today we will be speaking about the same what the lady in the video just mentioned about the first impression. And when we speak about the first impression, that means the first impact, the first thing that it will come to the person that you are meeting for the first time in his mind about you, like whether it is bad or good, which it means in Arabic الانطباع الأول. Okay, first impression, it called first impression. And guys, always remember, first impression is really important because you would never had a chance in order to make it or to correct it, because from the beginning if it was like not good, no one will like you, whether you are doing your job, whether you are going for an interview. You have to find a way in order to be really having this technique to just attract the person. Smile, dress very well, speak with your hand, the body language, you have to take care of it. Okay, so today what we actually will cover along with the video, we'll have just a little discussion about the first impression and how it is important for everyone, especially now because we are in a place in order to make our conversation much better. Like when we speak English, we are concentrating in order to be fluent, not only good. We are looking to be excellent. Okay, so we will just discuss about the first impression, and we will be having reading activity. We read together, and also guys, I brought for you some expressions that will help you in order to use it in your daily conversation, or a useful language that will really help you whenever that you are doing any kind of presentation or you are doing any kind of conversation. Okay, let me just start by just remind you that the first impression is something that will never be corrected. As this anonymous guy, anonymous means someone who unknown، يعني شخص مجهول. هو قال الكلام المكتوب قدامكم. خالد, can you read it for us?
You do not get a second chance to make a first impression.
Impression, yes. So it is you don't get a second chance, not change, chance to make a first impression. First impression is really first impression. There is no any chance in order to get a chance, another chance to correct it. which means it is clear, right, Tamanni? Is it clear for you?
Yes, it's clear.
Can you just explain it even more?
Okay, first impression like that when you do the impression that you don't have a time to take it back. It's just been in the mind. This is your first impression, and all will deal with you is like this impression.
Exactly. So the first impact, the first action that you will do, it will be there as a first impression for you, and there is no way in order to correct it. So there is no other chance. Okay. So guys, always you have to take care of the first impression. Like for Khalid, I know that you are still not completing your study. So, in case that you got a chance in order to go abroad, just to get a chance, maybe in Malaysia, maybe in any of European country, or even go back to Sudan after the war finish, you will continue your study. So the first day then that you will go to your school or to your university, it will be the first impression for you. Like people, maybe they will like you and maybe not, depending on the way that you are acting with them. You got it, Khalid? الانطباع الأول. Guys, you have to take care of it. You have to, because it is really important whether you are doing a new job, going to a new town, traveling to a new country, or to do any kind of HR interview. It is really matter. Deal? Okay. Shall we move to the next slide?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Great. So, guys, I brought for you some points, and let me just discuss with you these questions. Because first impression, it will matter whether you, whenever that you are doing a presentation. When you do presentation, that means maybe it is in front of your manager or in front of your co-workers at work, maybe in front of your colleagues at university, maybe in front of the teacher, professor. Then the presentation can be a report, can be a thesis, can be assignment, okay? And it is really important to just have the technique of make this presentation perfect, because if it is not perfect, for sure you will lose some marks, you will not get the full mark, okay? And I want to bring for your mind that presentation, there is a lot of kind of presentation, or we can just say, we can just make it on two types. We have non-verbal and we have verbal. Non-verbal, if the teacher or if the manager ask you to do some kind of assignment, yeah, that is written only, you just send it to the email or send it to the platform of the assignment, and that's it, خلاص, finished. Okay? And verbal one, after you prepare your presentation the same way that I'm just doing now, the PowerPoint presentation, I come to the class and I present it in front of you. Okay, this is called verbal, that I have to speak, I have to explain for you, I have to teach you. But whenever that I ask you to do any kind of homework, it will be non-verbal one. It is like a presentation, but you will do it one by one. You are just writing the answers and send it to me. Okay? Now we know the difference between non-verbal presentation and verbal presentation or not?
Now we know the difference.
Good. What about you, Khalid? Any question till now, or it is clear for you?
No question.
Great. So let me just move. Whenever that you are doing a presentation, guys, okay, there will be two parts of the presentation. I mean to say, There will be someone who is presenting the presentation, who called presenter, and someone who is listening to you, okay? Or some people listening to you. So those will be your audience, المستمعين, okay? Like the same way now, I'm presenting because I am the teacher. You can call me a presenter. And because you are listening to me, then I call you audience. Okay? Clear?
Okay.
Done.
Okay, clear.
Okay. So guys, let us just discuss these two questions. How do audience form a first impression of a presentation or a presenter? Like now, I'm just doing a presentation for you, or I'm just doing for you a normal lecture. So how do you form a first impression? Like the question for you, Tamanni, how do you form, like how when I come to the class, I just ask you, hi, good evening, how are you? This will make you have a first impression, a good one about the lecture. Or when I come just directly and just speak, today we'll speak about so, and that's it. So, what do you think? What is bring you all? Like, how do you feel or form a first impression from your perspective of view?
It is be better with saying hi in the first. That would be nice impression.
Okay, yes, for sure. You will feel really happy because someone is just greeting you. And what about you, Khalid? How do you feel like? One day I come, I ask everyone, hi, how are you? How was your weekend? And then you feel that the lecture will become better, or it will be good. Or when I just come and just teach you directly about the lecture, today we'll speak about the present simple, just write, and that's it. How do you feel? Which one will give you really good impression?
آه يعني لما نجي المحاضرة هنا ولا كيف؟
Yes, exactly. I'm just asking about the first impression. Like now, I come to the class. Normally, every time I ask you, I greet you, Assalamu alaikum. I ask how is it, how is everyone, and then I start the lecture. But do you feel better, or when I just come and just teach you? Today we'll speak about the present symbol. That's it, and finish the lecture. How? What? Which type? Like which way you will feel better? أي طريقة بالنسبة لك أحسن أو بتحس إنه المحاضرة حتكون حلوة when I just greet you or when I start directly with the lecture?
Directly.
Directly? Honestly, Khalid,
والله
I
ما
know
فهمتها
that
ما فهمتها.
I know that you are a really good student, okay? But in the end, we will just teach the class. But the problem, I'm just telling you, I'm just trying to explain for you the first impression. يعني أنا بديكم أمثلة أساس إنك تفهم ال first impression أو الانطباع الأول. فأنا مثلا لما أجي يوم مثلا let's say إنه جيت قلت لكم السلام عليكم، كيف حالكم؟ إن شاء الله أنتم كويسين، يلا تعالوا نبدأ. we will start the class and today we will speak about 1 2 3 4 ونبدأ كلاسنا وننتهي. okay, you will feel better أحسن ولا لما إنه أجي أخش لكم طوال في الموضوع الليلة we will speak about present simple وخلاص I finish the class وخلاص. No any question, no anything, I'll take close the class. Which one you like?
First time.
First time or first
Yes.
way? Okay, good. So both of you are dealing.
By
Yes.
explain أو yes بالأمثلة يعني.
By greeting you صح؟ بالأول نبدأ
Yes.
بالتحية وبعدين نبدأ. Okay, that's good. So both of you guys, you are dealing about the same. Okay, you like the same way, and actually that will give really good impression about the class. Because if I come to the class like a serious teacher without any greeting, without any asking about anything, about the homework, about you, you will feel bored, and then you will say, I hope this class will finish, because there is no communication here. Okay?
Okay.
And great. Okay, Isra, hi. You come late. How are you, dear?
Hello, Mrs. Sabi. What about you? I'm fine, alhamdulillah. Wallahi, sorry for delaying.
It's okay. I know already you message on time, so don't worry. Okay, Khalid Tamanni, if you don't mind, I will just repeat again to Isra. Okay? Is it okay?
Okay. Okay.
Good. So,
Okay.
Isra, actually, today we have an interesting topic. Okay, it is about first impression. Actually, you missed the part of the video. In case we have a time on the end of the class, I will uh, I will just open it again for you. I will play it. In case not, you will find it in the group. Okay, the link for the video.
Okay.
Okay, great. So first impression, we know what is it about. You know it, right? First impression.
First impression is the first feeling that when you see person or picture or like this.
For the first time, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, what I'm trying to cover today, we will just have a discussion. Already, we started the discussion about the first impression in presentation, because in presentation, you will be having a conversation. Anyway, we'll come to that part and we will read together. I brought for you also some useful language that will really help you in order to become fluent or more fluent in the language. So we started with a saying said by Anonymous. Anonymous means someone who unknown, majhul. He said, "You don't get a second chance to make a first impression," which is really too correct. Okay, so there is no way in order to just correct the first impression that you get or you got from your manager, from the HR interview, from your colleague, from someone you just met. Okay, deal till here we are okay.
Okay, okay. Because first impression is just your first time.
Exactly, only from the first time, there is no any other chance.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I just brought for you, I try to bring for your notice the first impression in presentation. Because presentation, everyone is responsible in order to do presentation, whether you are a student, whether you are working, a worker, co-worker, a manager, you have to know the techniques of presentation. And whenever we are speaking about presentation, you have to keep in mind there is two types of presentation. Actually, there is a lot of types, but it is concluded in only these two types. As you can see right in front of you in the screen, non-verbal presentation and verbal presentation. And the difference between, I want you, Khalid, to just tell us what is the difference between non-verbal and verbal, please. Yalla Khalid, we just explain it. Verbal and non-verbal.
المعنى يعني ولا؟
أيوة المعنى ما له جمال الليلة زي رؤيا بدكم
لا ده ما جماعة، ده زيادة أخوه.
لا والله. Okay, tell me Khalid. What is the difference? Non-verbal presentation, what does it mean? And verbal presentation, what does it mean?
verbal.
Okay.
طيب. الفيرب مش الفعل يعني.
Yes, but here when we speak about verbal, I will explain Khalid. But I will just ask Tamanni first. Let's see Tamanni if she understood. Verbal and non-verbal presentation, Tamanni. Can you just explain it for us?
I think verbal presentation, when you do the presentation, when you do it and you do it in front of audience.
Correct. So it is verbal, like spoken
Yes.
communication. You got it, Khalid? لما تعمل presentation the same way that I'm just trying to do now, like I'm presenting in front of you the lecture, okay? And the non-verbal,
Non-verbal, when you submit it on the PowerPoint, just like this without presenting.
like homework, like email meeting, like this, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Isra, is it clear for you, non-verbal and verbal presentations?
Yeah, I understand it.
Good. So, as Tamanni said, for verbal presentation, you are just presented in front of audience. The same way that I'm just doing for you now a presentation, or just I prepared for you this PowerPoint presentation. This called presentation, okay? And the type of it is PowerPoint. And I am the presenter, or you can call me a teacher. And for you, you are the audience or the students, okay? If you are doing this presentation in your workplace, then the presentation will be right in front of your co-workers مع زملائك, and you will be the presenter, and then or the manager will be the presenter. Whatever, any presentation, there will be a two party, like two people or more than two, depending on the presentation type, or depending on is it verbal or non-verbal. Anyway, for non-verbal, it will be simply written communication. It will be sent through email or through any kind of social media. No need to present it in front of the people because everything there, and no need for that, okay? So from your perspective view, Isra, how do audience form a first impression of a presenter? Like if you are audience, okay, and then you are, it happens that you are in middle of a presentation. What is the first impression about the presenter, or what do you care about?
Presenter and I am audience or what?
Yes, you are the audience, okay, or one of the audience. And then what you care, what is the first impression that you look into the presenter? Like, I will give you an example. Like
Uh,
for me, yes, tell me.
okay. First impression. Um, Wallahi, I don't know. I get the meaning exactly, but I see to the. I will see the body language of the presenter.
Okay.
I will see the powerful of speaking, because sometimes we need to speak more higher, and sometimes we have to speak in lower speed or um,
Yes, you are absolutely correct, actually.
second, maybe the presenter come on time or be late. That also from the first impression. The characteristic or
The charisma of the presenter, right?
yeah.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Well, it's correct, but I don't know this is your exactly meaning of your question or not.
Yes, it is the exact. How do you audience form a first impression of a presenter? Like being an audience, that what you look, and that is what everyone look into a presenter. For sure, you will not like. For example, if I came today, just forget if I am like your teacher for so long. If I came and just I start to teach the lecture, I told today we have just simple present simple, and I will finish the class like that. You will feel bored. You will just wait it for the 11 o'clock to come so that you will close your laptop because there is no any fun. But if I come like usual or normally, I just try to greet everyone, good evening, how are you guys? We try to make games, we try to just do a lot of activities, you will feel really have a good first impression about the lecture, and the lecture will go well, right?
Yeah.
That what it is the same what you said actually. So all of you guys, a question for you: what is the hardest part of giving a presentation?
In my opinion, maybe the preparation.
The presentation itself? You mean the material?
Yeah.
Why you said that, Isra?
Wallahi, maybe because when we have presentation, usually I do the preparing of presentation. Because of that, maybe
That
I see
academic
it
you
hard.
want. Academic.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, got it. And what about you, Tamanni Khalid? What is the hardest part of giving a presentation? Yeah, Khalid, what is the hardest
Okay.
part? Yes.
The hardest part of giving a presentation it is to be in stand in front of the people himself, and you can be confident about yourself. This is the hardest part.
Yes, actually, for some people it is really hard, and it can be the hardest part uh, because, as Isra mentioned, if you find a way in order to prepare or to get the material for the presentation or to prepare the presentation itself, the second step in order to just present it in front of people, some people like feel terrified, they have lack of confidence, or maybe because they have they don't like to speak in public. Okay, so yes, it is one of. And what about you, Khalid?
It is difficult because you are in front of a lot of people.
It is also difficult for you when it comes to present it in front of people, yes. But guys, trust me, presentation is something that if you take it simply, like the same way we are doing a conversation, it will be easy for you. Okay? And with time, with practice, it will be even simple in order to do it. So don't worry, it is just matter of time in order to do it. I just brought it for your attention today because it's really important, guys, and to have um, a tremendous presentation, a good one, especially when it comes to your work, when it comes to your study, because they will be remark of that. And even in the workplaces, if there is no real remark, it will just be an impression for you in order to move forward in your career. Okay, so just take care of this, and trust me, guys, you are on the way. I will definitely help you in order to do like this. Before actually I started to give you some kind of assignment, before Khalid joined us to do some kind of presentation. So now I'm willing to again ask everyone to do it again. So next lecture, yeah, Isra, you will be my helper. You will be presenting with me. Okay?
Sure, Mr. Tari.
Okay. I know that you can do it. Even I can ask you to be the teacher for the whole class, but don't worry. Do not make it.
Wallahi, inshallah.
Okay, great.
Actually, Mrs. Abi, when
Yes.
I present something with one person, two person, that's easy for me. But when I present something with public, oh, I got afraid. I got
You
afraid from that.
you become afraid. Don't
Yeah.
worry. It is just matter of time. Trust me. Like with practice, this public speaking issue, it will disappear. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, inshallah.
Inshallah. So for now, let's just read together the useful language expression I brought for you. Okay, so here I will read for you this. Getting to know people with whom you may do business later is very important in some industries. Industry events like trade fairs are designed to do this. Some cultures expect potential business contacts to go through a series of social situations after the initial contact. Business lunches, karaoke evenings, golf games, to name a few. All these are used as a way of getting to know people in cultures where the first impression is just the first step in sizing up a person and deciding whether they are someone to do business with. So it is just like a conclusion of our class for today. Okay, so I want you now, guys, let's practice reading together. Khalid, can you read for us the first paragraph, getting to know people?
Useful language, getting to
No.
know people with whom you may do business. Letter is very important in some industries. Landistry
No, industry. This I. Capital.
industry.
Yes.
Okay. Industry events like trade fires are designed to do this.
Okay, thank you, Khalid.
Okay.
Okay, so Isra, you may continue.
Okay, until where? Continue.
Till the end with.
Okay. Some culture expect potential business contact to go through a serial of social situation after the initial contact. Business lunches, karaoke or what you said, karaoke, yeah, karaoke
Yes.
evening, golf game, to name a few. All these are used as the way of getting to know people in culture where the first impression, just the first step in sizing up person and uh, deciding whether they are someone to do business with.
Okay, thank you, Isra. Now the useful language. Tamanni, can you read for us expressing, asking for an opinion on the right part?
What
Okay, expressing, asking for an opinion. So, what did you think of the talk, presentation, conference? I saw the part about was really interesting, useful, surprising. I am afraid wasn't my sort of thing, was not exactly what I was expecting. That's it, or I continue to introduction.
Okay, thank you. So let me just clarify for you this one. Expressing asking for an opinion. If you want to ask about an opinion in any kind of a session or presentation, so what did you think of the talk, presentation, or conference? Okay, if you want to ask the other party or your audience. So the answer here will be I thought the part about, for example, dot was really interesting, or was really useful, or was really surprising. These all answers you can use, guys. And or you can just answer, I am afraid it wasn't my sort of thing. Like it is not, was not exactly what I was expecting. Okay? So this all expression you may use, and it will make your speech more interesting. Okay, let's go to introductions. Isra, can you read it for us?
Okay. Introduction. Could I introduce you to a colleague of mine? I am afraid I'm very run out of cards, but can give you our company website, email, or phone number.
Good. This when you want to introduce someone to someone else, like, could I introduce you to a colleague of mine? The answer here will be I am afraid I have run out of cards. يعني ما عندي كرت بتاع العمل ده، أو اللي هو مشكلة العمل، بطاقة عمل. But I can give you our company website or email or phone number to contact. Okay?
Okay.
Great. So Khalid, can
Sadat, I
you?
want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Why he said colleague of mine?
Colleague of mine, because he is colleague of his.
Colleague of him.
Yes.
Okay, but we can say my colleague. Yeah.
It's okay, but he said to a colleague of mine.
Okay, two ways correct.
What do you mean? Like he said, like, could I
Yeah, he
introduce
said,
you?
could I introduce you to my colleague?
You can, but the more good one or more fluent one, it will be to a colleague of mine. It's okay. So both ways are correct.
Okay,
Okay.
actually, it is a beautiful way.
Yes, it is nice.
But
From time to time you have to use this useful language. It will help you.
yeah, because of usually I can't use it and I can't hear it.
Yes, because what is familiar for you, it is my colleague, his colleague, her colleague, like that, right?
Yeah.
That's what we are using actually. But
Okay.
colleague of mine or colleague of his or colleague of hers, it will be nice way in order to just from time to time to use it as an expression. Okay? Because it is expressing the same actually. Done. So Khalid, can you read for us finding things in common?
Finding things is in common. What about yourself? Have you lived here long? Working for the company for long, really? That is confidence. So have do am I?
Okay, thank you, Khalid. So, if you are looking to find the similarities between you and another person, or to find something or things in common, so what about yourself? Have you lived here long, or have you worked for the company for long? Like you are trying to make a conversation and ask him, you are working in the same company, then you are just trying to find something in common, or just it happens that you are working in different branches. So have you, like, how many time or how much time you spent working with this company? Maybe you will say the same duration, like for more than 1 year, more than 2 years, like that. And the answer will be really, or maybe he can ask 2 years, then you will just say really that is a consequence. So have, do, or have am I, like that. So I do, or so have, or so am I. You got it, guys? يعني اوكي، انت بتحاول انك تشوف الحاجة المشتركة ما بينك وما بين زميلك اللي لقيته في الميتنج او البرزنتيشن ده. اوكي. فواحدة من الأسئلة اللي أنت ممكن تستخدمها what about yourself what about you have you worked here for or for the company for long then the answer will come yes actually for 2 years for example هتقوم تقول really كأنسر أنت لسنتين that is a consequence أو هي كأنها صدفة so I am so am I sorry or so do I or so have I depending on your answer okay got it
Okay, got it.
what about
Yes, we're
Khalid
good.
Tamanni? Good okay so Tamanni it will be for you invitations can you read it out for us please
Okay, invitations. Here's my business card. Please give me a card if you are ever in region city. Would you be interested in visiting our company, having lunch, playing golf sometime? Thank you. That would be great. Lovely, nice, very interesting.
wow thank you so much so I really like this one when you are doing invitations okay you can just ask the other party or just you give him here's my business card please give me a call if you are ever in Khartoum for example or if you are ever in Omdurman or if you are ever in Sudan because my business is there okay then the answer will be would you be interested in visiting our company or having lunch or playing golf sometime like you are just inviting someone in order to do some activities for you with you so that in the future you will be having business together or might become like a formal relationship or a formal friendship even okay and also like the answer will be thank you so much that would be great يعني ما ممكن تقول بس مرة that will be nice or maybe next time you can use that would be very interesting or that will be lovely and so on there is a lot of actually nice words you can start using now guys forget about using only one expression you have to have a variety because we know that variety is the spices of life right okay, the last one it will be read by I think I believe Isra, right?
Okay. Finishing a conversation. Finishing a conversation. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Enjoy the conf you stay or your meal. Your stay or your meal.
Correct. Thank you so much, Isra. So that how you finish a conversation or how to close a conversation. You can just thank the person by just telling him or show him the gratitude. It has been a pleasure talking to you, for example, or enjoy the conference, or enjoy your stay, or you can say enjoy your meal if you are in restaurant or just offering some kind of lunch for your coworkers. So guys, as I always telling you, now we are in a place where we are trying to upgrade our level in English from good to be excellent. And to reach excellency, we have to just make variety in the way that we are speaking. Okay? Sometimes you use yes, and next time you use sure. Uh, Today use lovely, tomorrow use very interesting. Okay, you can just tell it is useful or it is surprising. You have to just choose the synonyms and just try to use even the familiar stuff or familiar or similarities, or just try to use things in common and try to just use this expression. It will help you in order to make your speech more interesting. Okay, let's deal to do that, because we don't want next time when you are making a presentation, someone will be pointing finger on you and say this person is really not in doesn't speak English very well, or he is or she is only in intermediate level. I want, you put like this as a goal for you. Next time when you are doing any kind of expression, or I mean presentation, you will use these expressions because it will make your presentation more fluent. Okay? For the video, guys, inshallah. So for the video, guys, Isra, sorry, pardon me, it will be difficult to just open it because now we already finished our class. But good thing that today I saved, I recorded the class. I will be posting in the YouTube channel. You can watch it from there, or even I will be sending for you the PowerPoint in our WhatsApp group. You can just go to it. You will like it. It was really nice, enjoyable, and even it is clear. It was clear. The language was really clear and simple. Okay?
Okay, inshallah.
Great. So thank you so much, guys, for listening and for coming to the class today. I want now, before we close the class, in case you have any question about the lecture, please let me know. I will be more than happy to answer it.
I have no
Actually, I
question.
don't have.
Thank you. It was a nice lecture.
Thank you so much, Tamanni.
Yeah,
Good.
it's amazing, wallahi.
Thank you, Isra. You came late, but I tried just to make for you some revision. I hope when you listen to the whole lecture, you will enjoy it and it will become more interesting than the last part you attended.
Yeah, wallahi, it is interesting and enjoyable.
Thank you so much. Khalid, any question for
No
you?
question. Thank you.
You are welcome. Yalla, guys. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.
Okay, good night.